Altcoins are full sending. Generational wealth is being airdropped. NFTs are so back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. Hit that subscribe button. While you're down there, check out some of my referral links, especially for Nexus, the #1 portfolio tracker in the game. I'm going to be using it all video long, and it is absolutely free to use. And let's jump into the video. Let's kick it off with some NFTs, which we have not covered in a minute. The 2021 vibes are back. If we take a look at Blur here, you could see it is green across the board. Literally every collection that we're looking up here is up double digits, if not triple digits in the last 7 days. So it is a beautiful sight to see. I'm loving that people are once again excited about their JPEGs. Now, are we so back like everybody is chanting across the timeline and I probably used in my thumbnail? I'd say no, not yet. If we take a look at the volume across all exchanges, you could see that yes, in the last 4 days, especially on Sunday, we had $34 million in volume. And on the last 4 days combined, it's probably more than if we combined multiple weeks over the last few months. So this weekend was a great time to be trading or to be holding NFTs. However, if we just look at OpenSea volume alone and understand that OpenSea lost some of their volume to exchanges like Magic Eden and Blur, but let's just look at OpenSea because that's the data I have on this Dune dashboard. This is where we are for the month of November. It is nothing compared to the volume that we saw in the last cycle, the 2021/22 cycle. So I say that both as like we are not so back yet, but this is potentially where we are headed with NFTs. So I'm trying to be hopeful here, not negative, even though I still believe that meme coins are going to be the main character this cycle. And I think a lot of normies are going to be playing meme coins more than they will NFTs, but we're still going to see amazing prices on these assets this cycle. So what exactly is happening? Why is this pump happening? Well, one thing I've said for a while is that in order for NFTs to start to pump, we are going to need people to feel rich again. And I think something that happened this week was an airdrop that gave people out of nowhere, unexpectedly, money. We saw a lot of airdrops that were horrible, like ZK Sync and Blast and all these airdrops that people were farming like crazy, spent so much money purely to farm, even lost money while farming, and they were expecting a major payout, and that payout never came. The best airdrops are the ones that you have no idea you're about to get gen wealth airdropped. And with this hype drop, we had people get 5 to 7 figures in airdrops just for trading on the platform. They didn't even change their behaviors. They were just doing something that they do anyways. And the token has been performing incredibly well. You'd expect with an airdrop where hundreds of millions of dollars are airdropped to people, you'd expect them to just dump it and for there not to be as much demand as there is supply going onto the market. But as you can see, it opened up slightly above 3 billion in fully diluted market cap, and it is currently above 9 billion. That is almost a 3x if you just bought, like, what is this, like a day ago when this thing launched? So this gave people a ton of money to play with, and it reminds me so much of the 2021 cycle, especially around the holidays where we were just getting free money airdropped to us, and it fueled this crazy NFT cycle. If you remember, we had the ENS airdrop where I didn't have an ENS, unfortunately, but from my understanding, you were airdropped 5 figures just for holding an ENS domain. We also had airdrops like SOS. We had multiple NFT exchange airdrops from LooksRare as well as X2Y2. We also, of course, had a major Blur airdrop, but that came later. But all in all, these were glorious times because there was money out of nowhere that was fueling the market. And if we look at what's going to happen over the next couple of months, we have a very similar scenario. We have a Magic Eden airdrop that's coming up. Don't quote me on this one. Apparently there is another Tensor airdrop. We also have airdrops for all of the tools we've been using for the past year to trade meme coins with Bullex, Photon, Shuriken, all having airdrops in the future. We also have a potential Pump Fund airdrop, which is something they confirmed in one of their spaces. So I think all this money would fuel so much action across a ton of assets, right? Not just NFTs, across meme coins, across altcoins. It's going to give people money to throw into the market. Now, I think another reason for this is we're finally seeing money rotate into ETH. Normally it's just Bitcoin, but Solana has performed so incredibly well with Bitcoin over the last couple of years that ETH was really lagging behind. And normally when you see the money rotate from Bitcoin into ETH, and that's usually our signal for altcoins to run. And we're already seeing that in the secondary market here. We have XRP that just passed Solana. A ton of people are talking about that, but a lot of the altcoins are up big, right? 2x, 3x, especially if you look at things like AI and gaming, they are up really big. And even if we look at the Bitcoin ETF compared to the ETH ETF, we are finally seeing positive inflows for the Ethereum ETF. We're even seeing ETH get more buy action or buy volume than the Bitcoin ETF. Here, we had negative days for Bitcoin, but for ETH, we actually had some positive days. So with all of this happening, it's only natural for people to chase the next casino, and NFTs were so beaten down that it only made sense that it was time for them to pop off. Now we also have the DXY finally start to break down, which is the strength of the US dollar. And if we want our risk on assets to go on an insane run, which are crypto, NFTs, even stocks, we are going to need the dollar to continue to break down. We're going to need global liquidity to rise, and we're going to need the money printer to turn back on, the quantitative easing, which, side note, we have the next FOMC meeting coming up on December 18th. Which hopefully we find out that they are going to be expanding the size of their balance sheet and they are going to be turning on the money printers. And we also have a job report coming up this week, I believe on Thursday. That might be wrong. It might be Friday. So that's going to give us a signal in what's going to happen at the next FOMC meeting. But back to NFTs, the reason why trading NFTs is so good in times like these, on really any chain, but it's ETH's time to shine right now. So let's give ETH the attention because it's kind of like a leverage trade on ETH. When you buy, let's say, a Bored Ape at 10 ETH and then you trade it for 20 ETH, you not only doubled the amount of ETH that you're holding, the value, the dollar value of your ETH in that time has also pumped because the markets are going up. So you are getting double gains just by holding an NFT. Now, of course, it goes the other way. If the NFT is going down and ETH is going down, you are getting double wrecked. Now, before declaring that we are so back, I do want to see this sustain for a longer period of time. I want to see it either sustain or continue to grow because yes, while a lot of collections are going up, a majority of them are down bad from their all-time highs. And I was just looking at Jirasan, which is a collection that I posted a while back that I swept 10 of these for 6 ETH, and they're currently worth 3 ETH. So yes, they are up 50% from their lows, but I'm still down 50% from where I bought in. So I feel like a lot of these NFTs, it's kind of like if you bought Cardano at the top of the last cycle, like everybody's celebrating this pump here from 30 cents to $1.16. But if you bought at like $2 or even $3, you know, you still have a long way to go just to be able to break even. So you don't really want to celebrate because you're still down on a lot of your purchases. Now we also have NFT whitelist, the whole whitelist meta that is not back yet. There's really no upcoming projects that I can think of in the next couple of weeks that really excite me enough to turn my attention from looking at upcoming meme coins or upcoming even AI utility coins compared to just focusing on whitelists. And I think what we're going to need to happen in NFTs to really spark that fire is to have a primed public mint, no gatekeeping, that just full sends, similar to what we had last cycle with Goblin Town, where the collection came out of nowhere. People were just scouting on Catchment. They saw it pop up, they minted it, and they quickly built a community around this thing, and it full sent to 9 ETH. And there were a ton of these, right? We had Nakamigos, we had Wagdai, we even had arguably Digidaigaku. Yes, it was a VC pump, but you could have still minted it or bought it on the secondary market for very cheap. And then those things ran all the way to 15 ETH. So when we see those kind of mints pop off and then we start to see derivatives, that's when we're going to be so back. Now, jumping into the altcoin market, things are getting very spicy. We have a ton of altcoins that are up massive over the last week, if not couple of weeks, especially if we look at some of my watch lists here on Nexus, link in the description down below, absolutely free to use. You could see that there are many that are up 2 to 3x over the last 7 days. Yes, many of these are pushed by some massive YouTubers like Alex Becker and Miles, so they're going to see this kind of price action in the short term. And I could understand your hesitance to jump in and even feeling FOMO if you do want exposure to AI tokens and you didn't get in until now, and now you're kind of wondering, hey, do I top blast here now that they're up like 3x in the last 7 days, or this one even up 3,200% in the last 30 days? And I would say it's never good to buy on a green candle, but I think the prices are going to go much, much higher than where we are now. Many of these tokens are going to 5, 10, even 20x if you get lucky on some of these coins. So I think the best strategy is still the same that it's always been, to dollar cost average in. That way you have exposure to the tokens you want and you don't feel bad if it pumps, but if it dumps, you have money to buy in and you don't feel bad about top blasting because now you're able to lower your average. So even though everything is pumping and it's easy to feel FOMO, don't let your emotions get the best of you and just try to make the smartest trade decision possible, or even ignore this stuff and just look at a different meta that you think you're front running and just make the trade there. But even if you want this stuff, you don't always have to catch the bottom and trade the top. As long as you're making money in your trade, that's the goal here. Obviously, the goal is to outtrade Bitcoin and make the most money as possible, but don't let your emotions get the best of you. That is the worst thing you can do, and that is how you lose your money in this game. Now, we're already seeing some corrections like with Virtual's protocol. If you remember, 2 weeks ago, I made a tutorial about this, how to buy AI agents on Virtual's protocol, and it was trading at roughly 500 million market cap. This thing ran almost to 2 billion in market cap. So it ran very hot. We are currently seeing a correction on this. We're also seeing a correction on many of the agents. But on top of that, we are seeing so many competitors come out of the woodworks, or they've been there, but now they're finally starting to get attention. I did notice a couple here on the last video that I posted on my X. I have even some of these tokens or upcoming tokens replying to my video. Here we have creatorbid, which I did see Virtual Bacon mention in his video. And they are a launchpad where you can create and tokenize AI agents. You can see their first AI agent even replied to it here saying like, hey, they're just warming up with their price. And if we check the price of their token, they're currently at 8.8 million market cap. So it's still pretty low compared to a lot of these other agents out there, but the token does seem to be performing very well. Another agent that actually reached out and DM'd me on X, or I don't know if it's the agent, maybe it's just somebody behind the account. I'd like to think it's the agent, but this one is an AI agent for MoeMate, which is a platform I mentioned in my last video because they received an investment from KIP Protocol. So this is another one that I had my eye on, and I guess they have an upcoming token. I haven't fully done the research here yet, but I mean, if you want exposure to both of these because they're going to have upcoming tokens, one way in is with their agent, because it's in their favor that their number one agent that they're trying to promote does very well. So you have Nebula, which the ticker symbol is Mo, and then you also have this other one, which it's called Algo, but I guess they couldn't call it Algo because we have Algorand as the main Algo coin. So this one is agent. I'll put both of these in the description down below. I haven't bought either. I'm not telling you to go buy. I'm just like speculating and showing you my thought process. Now, as much as I love AI and it is 100% the future, we are all going to interact with AI way more than we know. Same thing for AI agents. I think they're super cool. I want to hang out with an AI agent daily if I could. I just haven't found one smart enough that has a good memory. But more exciting than all of that for me is the gaming market, because I know these tokens a lot more than I do the AI tokens. I understand these a lot more. I think AI can be pretty difficult to understand versus gaming. It just clicks. And gaming, even though, some of these are up like crazy numbers over the last 30 days, it has not had the run that AI just had. So I am very much looking forward to the gaming run, not only for that reason, but because gaming really taps into NFTs. It taps into a lot of the pre-sales that I did and many of you did for a lot of the upcoming gaming tokens. And of course, I hold a lot of these bags compared to my AI bag. Now, you guys know most of my game holdings for now. I'll just quickly go over them. I'm very big into AVAX. I think this is the top chain for gaming. I love what they're doing. And the announcement 1 or 2 weeks ago with Avalanche 9000, where the building on their chain just got so much cheaper. It got so much better, and they're going to attract so much attention to build on Avalanche. And I think they're going to do well beyond this cycle, but I know you guys only care about this cycle because you're just trying to multiply your portfolio. So I do think they're going to perform very well this cycle, definitely going over $100 in my opinion. Another one I'm very big on is Superverse. I think this is going to be a $10 billion token this cycle. It is currently sitting at 1.5 billion. I hold a lot of this. You know I love Prime. I've said many times it's going to minimum $50, I think even $100, which would also put it at a $10 billion market cap. I would also look at their NFTs, which yes, they did just 2x in the last couple days. Maybe if they slow down for a little bit because they have their upcoming Colony game that's going to come out as well. And I think these can perform well as the My Pet Hooligan NFTs and the Carrot token. I am a very big fan of this team. I do think this token is going to perform very well, and it is another one that I have in my portfolio. Now, even plenty that I don't hold in this list that I think are really good, that I'm even going to get a position in, especially the low market cap ones. When we just saw in the AI tokens, the low market cap ones, some of them pulled like 30x's. I want that. Do I think any on this list are going to 30x in like a month? Probably not, but I do think you can get a 10, even 20x on some of these tokens. I mean, Moontropica, this is one that Hustlepedia channel in the game. Definitely check him out if you want your gaming alpha. He knows way more than me on this gaming stuff. He's been pushing this one for a very long time on me, telling me to buy, saying they have like a cult-like community, and it's only at 66 million fully diluted market cap. We also streamed their game. It was a ton of fun. Another one I'm looking at picking up is Wagme Games, which is currently sitting at a $43 million market cap. But there are plenty on this list that I think are great. Seed World, I'm still like, I like it. I like what they're doing with this, especially all the UGC and stuff they have planned. I guess my hesitance here is they also have S Fund. And so now they have two tokens that they have to support. And S Fund really has not performed well. And it's not their fault. Like, they're not doing anything wrong. It's really the whole launchpad market has been absolutely wrecked this cycle. And all the gaming tokens, and they're mainly a gaming, and now they're introducing AI launches, but they were mainly a gaming launchpad. So it has been very hard for their token. So I'm glad to see it is up 88% over the monthly. And I do think this token can do very well, especially as the launchpad market picks up. So all the TGEs start to actually do well. Speaking of which, let's take a look at 3 recent tokens that I spoke about buying on the secondary market roughly 2 or 3 weeks ago. The first one being Agents AI. This is a project that Seedify helped raise for their launch. It was at a 1 million FDV. And like I said, this would be a good pickup on the secondary market. I fumbled this one because I was trying to play it and I was trading here every time it went up and down, and I wasn't holding for this current pump. So really this market, the play has been to just hold things you believe in. And, you know, if you have conviction in something, hold it and hopefully it goes up. And as you can see here, like I sold mine at around 2.5 million, I want to say, and it ran all the way. I was watching it before just run. It went to 10 million market cap. So I really fumbled. I still like, I don't know, 2x my money or wherever I got in, or multiple trades. Let's just say I 2x my money. But I could have done way better if I would have just bought and hold. Now, in my last video, I said I wasn't a fan of their product reveal. When they showed their marketplace as well as the quality of their agents, I find it was subpar. I personally did not like it at all. What I should have thought was, what's the narrative here? We got Virtual's protocol absolutely cooking. We have all these projects that people are just YOLOing their money into because they do something similar and they're like, okay, what's the next Virtuals? And this thing is trying to do what Virtual's protocol is doing, and they're sitting at a $1 to $3 million market cap. I should have turned my brain off and just gone with the narrative, not actually evaluate like the product that I'm seeing. And I would have, I don't know, like 6x my money if I would have just turned my brain off. So this is one that I fumbled, and I have no like shame saying that. I'm not a perfect trader. Nobody is. We're all going to have wins and losses. At least I didn't lose money. I still like 2.5 whatever my money. I'd have to go look at all my trades. The second one that I was talking about for a very long time, of course, I farmed their airdrop. I work with them, still work with them to this day. And I'm glad to see them at the top of the weekly list here, up 280%. That is going to be Super Champs. They took a very big risk with their Decks only launch, full unlocks, and, you know, a lot of people criticize them, but, you know, it's starting to come through here and show it's currently sitting at a 55 million fully diluted market cap. So if you would have just bought at the bottom, you have something like a 4x when it hit the top. I have not sold. My airdrop is currently worth 20K. I think it is going to be worth a lot more. But even what they have planned now for their L3 and their build kit and how they're going to help other games join the space and build their games much faster because they can just use all of the tools that Super Champs are offering them. So I think the future is very bullish for them. And personally, I have not sold a single dollar of my tokens. You can check my wallet. I still have all my NFTs, all my tokens, and I will continue to farm for Season 2 airdrop because it's literally free money for playing a fun or 2 fun mobile games. Now, the third trade that I spoke about was for this project Avarik Saga. Their token was very low and like they were getting trolled just like Super Champs, just like Agents AI, like they were getting trolled on the timeline because they did have an airdrop, and you could see this like it's the wrong word because it's not, this is a very good project, very legit. You could see this scam candle here, right? It's just like a pump and dump, and all the farmers were dumping, right? You had a little pump, farmers kept dumping. Now the airdrop claim is finally closed. This is what I was waiting for. I literally bought for once, not the bottom, or I bought in multiple times. So I guess I got close to the bottom. I bought close to the bottom, okay? And currently, I am up over 2x on my buy. I have not sold because they haven't launched their game yet. If you look, coming soon to the Google Play Store, iPhone or iOS store. So I think this was all planned. I think it was all planned where they have their airdrop. They give you 7 days to claim, 7 days to dump because people were dumping because they're pissed that it didn't open up at a 50 million market cap, and they dump. You let them get out, and now they are planning. They're going to have a release. Hopefully, eventually, their game is called, the first one, their flagship game is called Red Covenant. Like, this looks good. This looks like a good mobile game. I know I saw some stuff with like waifus where they're talking to you and all, and it's like AI agents, I guess, that are talking with you. And that's the whole narrative right now. So I also think this project can do good. And this is one where, like I said, I put mid 4 figures in. It's currently worth 5 figures, and I think it is going to be worth multiple 5 figures in the coming, hopefully, weeks. I have no idea when they plan to actually announce their game, or not announce their game because it's already announced, but to go to iOS and fully launch their game. I know they had a demo a while back. I did not play it, but like I said, the game looks really good. The art looks really good, and they're really playing on the whole waifu AI meta. So look, this is a trade that I have that is currently live, and I think this thing can, if it just starts to run, especially after seeing like Agents AI run, and I completely missed this pump. If this starts to run because their game is good, I don't know, I could easily see this going to like a $10 million fully diluted market cap, or even like a 20. I don't think 20 is crazy. Like a 9x from here, or 8 or 10x from here, I don't think it's crazy. So this is the third trade that I'm making, or second, I guess, since I fumbled the bag on AI agents, that I'm currently holding, and I think this is going to pump. Not financial advice. It is just my opinion. Look, if this doesn't work out, I'm getting wrecked, right? So, yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, check out my referral links for Bullx, Photon, Shuriken, Nexus, even Ledger. If you want a Ledger, I got to partner with an exchange too. If an exchange wants to partner with me, let me know. And that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel reach a wider audience because YouTube really cares about the likes. I don't ever look at that stuff, okay? They do. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. That one I do check. That one I would love to hit 100K subscribers this cycle. We're hitting 100K Bitcoin. Why not hit 100K subscribers? Hit that notification bell while you're down there. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching Crypto Gorilla. Peace. That was a very long outro.